The truth is, it's not your hair that's failing you, it's the method you have been told to follow. Protective styles do not grow your hair, it's the way you have been following these methods and it's the products you have chosen to use. If you've been trying everything from rice water to oils, trimming and protective styles, but your hair just won't grow, this video is the shortcut you have been waiting for. We're going to be breaking down length retention versus growth, protective styles versus manipulation, scalp care, heat and damage prevention, and moisture and hydration. These are some of the key things you need to understand before you even start progressing, trying to reduce the way your hair breaks and trying to have some sort of control on your hair growth journey. You have to understand that hair is always growing, but the pain point of a lot of people is how fast their hair breaks, how fast they lose hair compared to how fast their hair grows. Maybe you grow half an inch a month, but in the same month you are losing 1 inch or 1.5 inches of hair. There is no way you are going to be able to keep up seeing progress as you grow your hair, and it will start to look like you're losing hair faster than you're growing hair, which is actually what the situation is in that scenario. So retention is 90% of the game. The remaining 10% is what you're going to fill in to make sure that retention stays. The most important thing you need to know about your hair is your porosity. Porosity is how well your hair absorbs moisture. That moisture which your hair has absorbed is what's going to condition your hair, is what's going to nourish your scalp and your hair and keep your scalp and your hair growing in good condition, as well as strengthen your hair strands to prevent them from breaking excessively. It's also going to keep your hair from feeling very dry and brittle. It's going to keep your scalp moisturized. It's going to keep away flaking. It's going to keep away dandruff, and it's going to keep away any itchiness. After you find your porosity, the next thing you need to do is to figure out the best moisturizing technique for your hair and scalp. So you can pick any technique, whether the liquid oil and cream technique, that's the LOC, or the liquid cream and oil technique, that's the LCO. And you have to keep your moisturizing technique practical. Remember, the entire reason you're moisturizing your hair is to keep the hair hydrated. You want to make sure that your moisturizing technique allows you to use water. Water is the most important product for your hair. Every other product comes after water. Then you can start to use a leave-in conditioner. You can start to use a hair oil to seal in the moisture, or even a hair growth butter to seal in the moisture and condition your hair at the same time. Make sure you take note of this. So learn about moisture, learn about hydration, learn about your porosity, learn about your hair type, then learn which of the techniques you need to apply. And the way that you're going to learn is that you're going to do your research, and then you're going to do practical applications of products. Observe your hair, observe how well your hair retains moisture, observe for how long your hair retains moisture, observe how quickly your hair loses moisture. Knowing all of these things is going to help you decide how to move forward on your journey, what sort of products you need to be using. So once you figure all of this out, keep your routine very practical. You need water, you need a moisturizing product, and then you need a sealant or an oil or a butter to seal in that moisture, keep your hair and scalp conditioned, and emphasize and boost hair growth. Once you have learned all of this, the next thing you want to focus on is your protective styling and low manipulation. The entire purpose of protective style is to make sure you don't touch your hair frequently. It's to make sure you're not constantly trying to manipulate your hair, constantly applying pressure to your hair and scalp. You're not constantly touching your hair, stressing out your hair and scalp. Protective styles are supposed to help you retain your length. They're supposed to help you keep your hair healthy. They're supposed to keep the moisture locked into your hair. And so if a hairstyle that you do is not helping you in any of these areas, you will need to double think. Maybe you've already done the style and then you've taken it down and observed a few negative things. There are some styles that if you repeat them back to back for long enough, they're going to extremely damage your hair. Your hair would look like it's growing, but at the end of the day, you will observe that your ends are not as healthy. Maybe they look very brittle. Maybe you have a lot of split ends. Maybe you even have a lot of single strand knots. Protective styles are supposed to take away the stress of losing hair. So you have to aim for low manipulation styles. You have to aim for low tension styles, styles that do not apply a lot of pressure to your scalp. These styles too will look aesthetic. And a lot of the time, these styles are not even grown hairstyles, but they are the simplest of hairstyles which have been done from time to time from years back to maximize keeping the hair healthy and thriving. And some of these hairstyles from the top include mini braids and mini twists. We have cornrows, we have low tension buns. These are just a few of them. Typically, I recommend if you are going for length retention with protective styles, you avoid hair extensions. Hair extensions are cute and they add to the beauty of the style, but when used for long enough and when done in a back-to-back manner, they can damage your hair instead of helping you to keep your hair healthy. So please take note of this and be careful of the things you use on your hair when making your hairstyle. Prioritize low manipulation over tightness. Most of the times, this means you even have to going to give up the longevity of the style just to keep your hair healthy. Your focus should be on keeping your hair healthy. Anything other than that means you're just going for beauty. So please note, protective styles do not particularly grow your hair. What they do is they protect the body of your hair and your ends and keep them from breaking off. The breaking off excessively is what negates all of the hair that you grow. So kindly note this. Scalp care is very, very important. Scalp care is probably the most important of it all, because your scalp is where all of the work happens. If your scalp is not healthy, the body of your hair will come out not looking healthy as well. So you want to make sure your scalp is in good condition. Take steps to include scalp care into your hair care. Don't just focus on the body of your hair. So what you want to do is you need to take some time out to do things like scalp massaging. Massaging your scalp improves blood flow circulation throughout your scalp. That improvement in circulation is what in turn makes it easier for the hair to grow out of the scalp. This is as simple as you are going to get these explanations. Use stimulating oils like rosemary oil, like peppermint oil, like tea tree oil. If you are using essential oils, you want to infuse them into a carrier oil. Make sure you apply these oils to your scalp. Massage your scalp in gentle circular motions all around your scalp, not just the temple. So you want to focus on your edges as well, and the nape of your neck and the crown of your head. Just repeat this at intervals within the week. Do it for long enough, and trust me, the difference is going to be astounding, and you're even going to start asking yourself why you didn't do it sooner. Heat damage and preventing heat damage. If you're going to opt for treating your hair using heat, you have to understand that if it's something you do frequently, it's going to have the same impact as if you are chemically treating your hair with a relaxer. Constantly using heat to straighten your hair is going to loosen up your curl pattern. And even though this would look good and aesthetic in the moment, or even though it's something you are choosing, you have to understand the consequences, you have to understand the repercussions. And if those consequences and repercussions are things you're okay with because of the way you want to wear your hair, then it's absolutely fine. There are people who their hair is just hair, they don't really attach any emotion to it, and so because of this, they don't mind wearing their hair in whatever style they choose. They don't mind doing whatever they choose to their hair. So you want to note that if you're going to be straightening your hair, of course there are healthier methods like threading. So if you don't want to use heat like a blow dryer, or if you don't want to do a silk press, you can opt for something like African threading, where you use thread or wool or yarn to wrap around sections of your hair and leave it for a prolonged time. This will stretch the hair, this will straighten the hair, and then you can wear it straight for however long you choose. With African threading as well, the more you do it, the more your hair straightens, and it's absolutely much safer compared to using heat to straighten your hair. So for every single one of these things, it's very okay for you to go in and do your research, find out what works best for you, find out what you'll be able to do efficiently, and find out what you'll be able to do for a long time, then get to work doing these things. But please make sure that if your goal is hair growth, you are doing all of these things consistently enough to see results that you're going to like. Last but not least, I like to tell people that hair growth is not about trying everything under the sun. The reason why we have so much variety is so that you can look at all of them, pick the one you feel will resonate the best with you. So you can look at your location, you can look at whatever it is that you find on the internet in terms of hair care remedies and hair care products and hair care techniques. Decide which one is going to fit best into your lifestyle, into your schedule. Decide which one is going to fit best based on where you live and the environment and the weather. Decide which one is going to fit best based on the ingredients you can find if you choose the DIY route. Decide what products you can find which fit your budget for hair care. There is so much that you can choose from, but make sure that in everything you do, you're prioritizing the things that are going to work best for you and for your hair. That's it for this video. Please, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.